Alright guys, welcome to another episode of PATTAY'S Performance. This is no joke, this is not a lie, it's a snowblower. It still has the tags on it, but it's been used. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which there is no excuse why you shouldn't be, you would see that last night was an epic pick day. So, it's getting pretty nasty out, so I want to get this thing rocking, ready to go, and put this away into storage because I'm out of room here at the house. So, yeah, so let's just see what these got. It ran for a little bit, but it was like 10:30 at night, so I don't want to piss off the guy's neighbors. Let's see what we got. Away, go up. Blue LED headlights. Still have the flashing on too. I have no idea. Oh, you know what? So let's put those here again. Right? So what do you guys think? You guys think we need to clean the carburetor, or we just need to drill out the jet? Alright. Let's make sure everything else works before we dive into it. I think I just knocked out my microphone. So, auger. I'm going to make sure everything works first. Left to right. Beautiful thing. Let's get our height adjustment. Beautiful thing. Oh, and this has heated hand grips. Just like the other one I did. So, yeah, let's just dive right into this thing. I'm going to try and see if we can get away with just a simple drill jet. Alright, let me get my tools out. Alright guys, so we just have a series of 10mm bolts that we need just to get access to the carburetor. We don't need to fully unveil the carburetor. We do need to get a fair amount of it squared away. I really wanted to continue with those echo builds, but guess what? I'm out of carburetors. I ain't cleaning them. Screw them. Wasting my goddamn time. We are free. All these 10mm bolts. Can we sneak out this housing? I never have to pop these off. Okay, that comes off. That's your top. Alright, so let's put everything this way. So this goes like this. Let's keep that there. Never done one of these before. This is too new. Too new for me. That's okay. We'll figure it out. It's just an engine. It's just nuts and bolts. Still need to get. I'm going to loosen these. I'm going to get the exhaust completely out of the way. 2 bolts on the front. I'm not going to show you them. Please use mechanical instinct. I'm a little pressed for time because of the weather. So, a little toasty warm. Okay. Ooh. Ah, this is just a raindrop. Shit. Oh, and of course, this thing is covered too. What the hell? is this. What is so tight? Okay. Alright, so that's it. That's the primer bulb. And we're going to unfold that there. Here is our carburetor. What the hell? Oh my god. Look at this thing. I'll get you guys down here. It's freaking look, it's going to start to rain. Oh, no. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I really want to get this thing wet. Like 10mm bolts. I'm really fighting rain right now. God damn it. This comes out. Put that there. And this will, I just want to expose this jet. Can you guys see that jet right there? It's red and black. Oh my god. Alright, we're going to pop that out. Shizer, man. We're working as fast as we can. Oh, come on. Man, I still have tools out and stuff. We're gonna get wet. This sucks. Alright, let's undo this. I'm unscrewing the jet because we could just gain access to it. This plastic piece comes out. Oh, come on. Come on. Here comes our jet. I'm just using my knife. And here we are. This is our jet. And this is why I can't do this in the garage. Because my garage is pushed out. Alright, so here's the jet, thin drill bit, and we're gonna, nice and slow. Did we go through? No, we didn't. Now we're gonna have to use a thing to push this back down. Nice little pick. The brass jet came up, which is not a big deal, that happens. So just get a pick, and we're going to work its way back down, and stick your pick in there to keep it down. Now, I'm just going to drill this out. We should have went through by now, but because we have the pick in the way, we have to take it back out. We'll hold this in. Look at that, we're through. Jetting has been done. It is freaking raining. God damn. And we're just gonna stick this jet back in. Stick. So number 2, we will stick our jet. We'll stick our idle screw in there. Speed screw. We'll send it in. Oh my god. way, this, what sucks is that, see this here, actually, we're going to bolt everything down, because we still need to adjust the idle. So I just screwed that on, and if I put this all back together and I need to make adjustments, I won't be able to. Rain. Alright, closed. Alright, no priming. Let's see if it still fires up. Excuse me. Now, we're going to drop the bowl nut. It's 10 millimeter. There goes that. Oh, it's a little yucky. That's okay. And hopefully, you just send this right through the middle. It's probably a little bit bigger than what it needs to be, and it is. Let me get the next size. Next is a thin paper clip. We're just going to run it up and down the main jet. Now the next thing is, look at that, could be crappy fuel. But I doubt it. And this one actually has a slot for where it actually has to be. I feel him not go. I feel him not go. It's no good. And this actually has a dedicated slot for the bowl. It's a little cutout. I knew it's leaking. Now normally I do this by hand, but just one little tick. Let's see what we got. There we go. Prime. Come on. Fuel on. That's definitely enough. Lose keyway. Choke. Choke. What did we miss? Oh, wait a minute. Durr. Look at this. See what happens when you rush? This thing's gonna fire up. Golly. Ah, this rain, this rain. Alright guys, we are back. Now, I'm going to upload this whole entire video because this video is going to show you how to clean your carburetor. Because guess what happens, if your snowblower doesn't start the day before a snowstorm, if you waited till that point in time, this video is going to be helpful to you. Hey! Alright guys, so I'm going to do this entire video through and through. Because I'm going to show you how to drill out the carburetor. I showed you how to clean out the carburetor. I showed you how to drill out the jet in case you're having the surging problem. These are all the things you need to know. God forbid you try to start your snowblower at the last minute before a storm. You're stuck. Because honestly, there is no way you're going to order a new carburetor in time. Now, believe it or not, Amazon had the cheapest price. I think it was like $7 or $8. So, honestly, not even worth the time and effort I really put into this machine, but that's life. So, let's get this thing started. I really should run this out of gas, but I'm a little pressed for time. So, 10mm out the door. Out the door. Okay, let's get all this stuff out of here. This is not the same carburetor. Unless this is like an auto, you know how we can control the speeds? I guess we are going to get rid of that, which we are, and the machine, I guess, will become auto on its own. We're going to try that. Yeah. It's like a carburetor we would see like on an Arian. So we will just need our choke lever, and there will be no more speed lever. So that's interesting. Pop this off. Okay. We have our fuel line that's going to dump fuel all over the place. I'll try and catch that. That is it. Now we can't even convert this. You probably can, but I would have to do a lot of work per se. You see here, it's either threaded or pressed into here, and look, that has a cap on it. So let's get this new carburetor in here. You know, it's funny. Let's see if this conversion works out. If it works out the way I think it's supposed to. Right? You never know if you do not try. And this doesn't even go the right way. Yeah, this is the wrong carburetor, but let's see if we can make this work. Like I said, if you don't try, you won't never know. Okay. Spring. How funny would that be? This kind of works out. Just the way it's supposed to be. Okay, there's that. Let's open up the fuel. So we have time for the gas to get in there. Let's pull this off. We won't need that. Let's hook this back up. This is a screw that we don't need. Whew. Okay, let's put these crazy screws back in. And I wonder, I don't even think we're going to have to adjust the governor on this. I think we're just going to, hopefully, remember, positive thinking, right? Okay, that's closed. So we have this run. Came off. Let's prime this thing. We have fuel. You ready? Fire in the hole. First off, remember, when we put it up to the water soak. Alright, so that's a lot better. It still surges at top end. But remember, what's the one thing we didn't do yet? We didn't drill out the jet for the idle. So let's see if we do that. that will help us. So let's drill out this idle jet and let's see what we get. And I have my pick in there, stop it from being pushed all the way in when we drill. Can you guys see this? I'm just trying to. It's hard to. Alright guys, that's basically, I'm going to call it, basically a wrap for this, video series. We already talked about, I'm going to modify the impeller on that, which I've already covered in my other video. And I will put a link to the description in that, just in case, you guys want to do that, and you guys missed my first video I've done this, because this is my second Husqvarna ST224 on the channel. But just remember, if you guys go this route, I'm going to include the part number and exactly where I got this from. You guys are going to lose the ability to control your throttle speed. It's going to be on auto, which to me isn't a big deal. If you guys look at other machines like Arians and Snowtech and all of them, they have the same setup. They don't have the idle speed control. So that just goes to show you it's a non-needed luxury, as we would say. So let's see, was it, I'm trying to remember, was it this stupid thing? No, it had to be maybe this first? Yeah, okay. It's coming back to me now. Alright, slide that here. Slide that here. Like so. Wait a minute. Oh. This was on here somewhere. Here. This is this was up here first. We'll button this machine back. Let me go get the hardware. Alright, so now we just have these ragtag of bolts. And these two shiny ones obviously went to this muffler cover. Alright. So that's pretty easy. And if you notice, I'm doing this by hand. So I'm not stripping anything out. I just start it by hand. And therefore you know it's going to go in nice and easy. And you go to tighten it. This drill is just it's end of life. Okay. Yes, the car cover can go back on now. Did it go this way? I think it went this way. No, maybe because the cover's off and there's no protection underneath. No, it goes this way. It goes this way. See how those lined up? Oh, the crankcase vent. Let's not crush that. Let's get that out of the way. And back in there. And we will slide our glorious cover back on. And don't forget, we also have to hook up our primer bulb line, which we will do. I had this trouble the last time, remember? I couldn't get this cover back on the way it should from the factory, and it was hitting something. So excuse me. That's funny. Well, that's funny. It's hitting the carburetor. choke knob go so we don't lose it. Okay, so let's get these back in there. We'll start with these. Oh, this actually went in front. Duh. No! That's probably why it wouldn't line up, because I had it on wrong. Put these as the short ones. And we're starting all of these by hand. Please do not go on with an impact gun right away. Or else you're asking for trouble. And it's funny, I'm not going to get involved. But I watched a YouTube video. I'll explain to you how I came across it, right? So, the small engine community in my area is very small. I could name, now it's actually growing because I guess people are catching on that there is some decent money in it. There used to be a handful of people I could count that did what I did. Now, it's up to maybe 2 hands of people, and that's just being generous. But a guy actually posted an ad on Facebook Marketplace about his snow mowers and stuff like that. And he frame off restores every mower he sells, which is good for him. Hey, go for it, pal. I'm all to it. But then he said that he jets the carb for... I have to go get the muffler cover. Hold that thought. Muffler cover. So anyway, so let's get back to what I was talking about. So, and the person who he bought the lawnmower from also has a YouTube channel, right? And he says that I watched this person with the lawnmower on their YouTube channel and they couldn't get it right. He watched the video, flat out. So that means if you watch that one video, you watch a few other videos. So anyway, he drives all the way to wherever this guy is, which is a pretty far hike, and buys this $30 lawnmower that this other flipper who couldn't fix it. Now, for the most part, if a flipper is selling something, that means there's something terribly wrong with it, or, for the most part, maybe it's just not worth putting some energy and effort into. So anyway, this guy comes and buys the lawnmower for 30 bucks, and he thinks that this thing is worth $30 in parts, but it's not. The carburetor's worth maybe 10 bucks brand new, which ended up being stripped, and a brand new spark plug, which is $1.99 plus tax. That's what I get them for. So we'll say $3 to $5. I'm being generous. So the guy spent $30 for less than $15 worth of parts, thinking that he could possibly get this lawnmower running, and he couldn't get it running. And this lawnmower was pretty bad. The deck had holes in it. The wheels were worn. So the person took like rubber from another wheel and sheet metal screwed it in. There were wood screws when there should be regular screws, and he stripped basically every bolt for the recoil housing and the dipstick tube. Stripped it all out because this person doesn't do what I do. Listen, I use power tools without a doubt. Time is money. Easy money, keep it going. You know what I mean? But I always start it by hand. Right? And that's what you should do too. I don't know how many times I could stress that, because then you take a simple repair, right, and you turn it into a complicated repair at times. Right? If you guys watch my other video, where I actually saved Henry at Mowers and Blowers, had to bust out the tap and die kit. Right? Now, if you are ever in a shop environment, or you go to a buddy's house, or if you're watching and you can see your significant other or whatever, times have changed now, so you can't say whatever. You know what I mean? If you see somebody with a tap and die kit or an easier kit, left-handed drill bits, just walk away. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. And let them, in their piece, figure it out. Alright guys, that is it. We are done. Gonna modify the impeller. Probably gonna paint the wheels black. And that's it, baby. We're done. It's a wrap. So if you guys found this video helpful, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. And guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. And don't forget, check me out on Instagram. Later. Alright, so here it is. All restyled. Ready to go. But I forgot if I finished my rant or not. So anyway, so this guy bought this lawnmower from another flipper, right? And he made a video bashing him. And even though he is right, he is wrong. You do not bash, in my opinion, another business or person. It's extremely unprofessional, in my opinion. Alright? If anything, maybe you speak to that individual and tell them what they're doing wrong and explain to them why it's wrong. And depending on how their reaction is, if they are acceptable and remorseful and they're grateful, you say, alright, you give him a chance. But if he's a complete, you know, asshat about it, then you go about it a different way. But I definitely don't believe in making a video. I don't. You knew you bought it as a project mower, so you should expect no less. It's not one thing if the guy promised you it was in working condition, it's a complete pile. That's a different story. You bought a non-running mower, and you knew it needed work. Anyway, that's it, guys. Rant over. Rant over. So that's it, guys. This is done. So remember, what I show you guys how to do. Diagnose, clean out the carburetor, drill out the idle jet. For us, our altitude is a little bit different, okay? And then, worst case scenario, order a carburetor for $7-8, and even though it was the wrong one, it worked. And that just shows you the diversity per se, that even though the machine is different and the engine's set up differently, everything is interchangeable. So I'm going to post the link to the car. I'm going to post the part number to the carburetor I used. But if you want to, for some godforsaken reason, want to retain the speed, I'll try and hunt that down for you guys, and I'll post that there as well. If I don't get mad. Don't hold me to it, because, you know, like I said, a little busy. All right, on to the next one. Later.